Hello, guys. Okay, so we ended class here. I gave you these pretty points. Again, notice that these points are on grid lines. All four of these are on grid lines, okay? So again, we are doing our vertical over horizontal. So if I chose this point and this point to do, I can go up and over to connect them on the grid lines. That's why we want those pretty points, because we have to use the grid lines to draw our triangle. And we went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Went over 1, 2, 3, 4. So my vertical over horizontal is 6 over 4. When I simplify that, it simplifies to 3 over 2, which you would get if you chose these 2 points, you would get 3 and 2. Okay? Number 9. Again, I always like to look for my pretty point on the y-axis first. You guys will see why in our next unit that this is a good habit to get into. So on my x-axis, my line crosses perfectly at -2. If it didn't hit -2 perfectly, if it was like in between -1 and 2, then I wouldn't want to use it. But because it is on a number perfectly, that is one of my pretty points. I can look on my x-axis. I see that it's not perfectly on 2 or 3. It's between them, so I don't want to use that one. If I keep looking, this looks like it's close to being a pretty point, but it's just under it. I keep going. This looks like it's almost 1, but it's just above it. Here is my nice pretty point. So I'm going to use those 2 points there. So you want to look really closely when you're looking for those 2 pretty points. So then I can go up and over. My vertical distance is 1, 2, 3, 4. My horizontal distance is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my vertical over my horizontal is 4 over 5 and 4/5. I cannot simplify 4/5, so that is my slope. Number 10, again, I'm going to check my y-axis for where the line crosses. It crosses perfectly at -4, so that's a pretty point. I check my x-axis. It's not perfectly on there, so I'm going to keep looking. If I start here, I see that I've got a point here, I've got a point here, and I've got a point here. Again, it does not matter which ones I choose, because when I simplify, I'll get the same thing. So I'm going to choose this top point all the way up here. If you're wanting a really easy, you would do just the next one over. So I'm going all the way up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going over 1, 2, 3. My vertical is 9. My horizontal is 3. 9 divided by 3 is just 3. And you would see that if you do that with this small triangle here, the vertical is 3, the horizontal is 1, which would again give you 3. Okay, number 11. This line here is proportional because it goes through my origin. So I have a pretty point right at the origin, right at 0. So then I'm going to keep looking for another pretty point. This looks close, but not quite. This looks close, but just under 2, 3. Here is my next pretty point. So go ahead and find the slope for this one. In your entrance ticket tomorrow, I will be asking you what the slope was for number 11. Okay, number 12, again, I'm going to find where the line crosses at on the y-axis. It does cross perfectly at this number, so 2 is a pretty point. And then I'm going to look for another one. I can use either this one or this one here. Those are both pretty points. So again, tell me the slope for 12. Use these points. You can use this one to this one, or you could even use from this one to this one. Remember, you are doing the vertical over the horizontal. In your entrance ticket, I'm going to give you a graph tomorrow where you have to find the pretty points on the line. And I'm going to be asking you what the slope was for 11 and 12. Okay. If you guys have any questions about this stuff, please, please, please ask me tomorrow because we are going to be doing a bunch of practice of finding the slope on lines without the points given to us on a Desmos tomorrow. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know.